Hello guys, today we'll be learning about RFA, which stands for reverse frequency allocation. To get into more detail, RFA is basically an interference mitigation technique. What this means is that RFA or reverse frequency allocation is a type of interference mitigation technique. What we actually mean by this is interference is basically the unwanted signals. Let me adjust the camera over here. So this is an interference mitigation technique, and what we mean by interference is the unwanted signals. Mitigation basically stands for to decrease. Furthermore, I would like to state that these techniques enable us to manage or control the overall system noise or unwanted signals called interference. Okay, let's move on towards our further details in this regard. So what basically happens in RFA is that we use various frequencies and these various frequencies such as F1 and F2 etc. are allotted to the network or system topology. So a network or a system topology is usually considered an area where an MBS is deployed, and this is the extent or the maximum of coverage, which is the provision of signal that it can provide. So D1 stands for the maximum MBS signal, and what happens over here is that this MBS is capable of providing signal to this distance D1 from its origin. It's basically from here. It's like here. Let's just directly go over here like this. Okay. Now what happens is that in RFA we employ various frequencies. What happens here is that we divide this network topology into two regions. So what happens, this becomes D2 and this becomes D3. So what D2 stands for and D3 stands for is that D2 is the inner region and D3 is the outer region, outer or the edge region. Now we can say that our region or our MBS region is subdivided into two regions, namely as A1 and the outer A2. You can even name it anything else, for example A naught, AC for A center, and A naught for A outer. So now the topology has been divided into two regions, A1 and A2. But what the question arises over here, that what about the frequencies? How are we going to divide the frequencies? So let's move out towards that area. Let's take the topology once again, the MBS and the SBS. So I think I'm actually run out of ink, so okay, let's resume this. So what happens is our region is divided into two areas, A1 and A2. We have to bring in the notion of decoupling, association, or access, whatever you want to call it. Decoupling, or DA-A, is the bringing of or division of streams, or call it connection streams. What these streams comprise is uplink as well as downlink, UL or DL. So DL basically is the download and UL is basically the upload. So while the MBS is providing data, whatever that may be, voice, video, or anything, to the user or our cell phones. The uplink is the vice versa, when the user is providing data to the MBS or the base station. Let's resume from this topology again. So when we deploy, but first of all, let me just tell you that MBS stands for macro base station. And we're going to bring SBS, which is the small base station, BS. I'll just refer it with BS. But before moving onwards, we have to say that we are tackling with heterogeneous cellular networks. And what this actually means is more than one BS is deployed in our topology. Okay, so while we have our MBS over here, we are deploying other SBSs. Let's mark them with stars. These are small base stations. And our users with circles. Okay, I think that is enough of the users. Okay, we're going to get back to this figure later on, but let's move towards how our users, SBS, the small base stations, and the MBS are deployed. So before moving onwards to the RFA and its notions, we have to state how these are deployed. So basically, these are deployed. It depends upon your analysis, but here we are deploying them in PPP deployment. And PPP stands for Poisson Point Process. Poisson Point Process is basically stochastic geometries, mathematical analysis. This involves probability and other calculations, etc. So let's move towards the system topology, which is right here. We have to basically allot uplink and downlink to both of our regions. Not basically to our regions, but basically to the SBS, the MBS, and whatever users they're connected with. So we have right here is region 1 and A2 region 2, inner region, and the edges. So from this we can actually deduce that while providing uplink, various uplink and various downlink to our users, we can state and mitigate interference by using RFA. Okay, we have given D1 to this user and this MBS. The same goes for the MBS, that it will be F1 will be operating in the downlink in the either inner region, and F2 will be used for the uplink. Uplink is basically over here, apologies, from the user to the base station. It goes like this. So when we take this typical user, when it is connected with this base station, this small base station, the SBS will be providing downlink using F2. Why? Because we don't want these two base stations to interfere with each other. And the same goes that when this user is uploading data, which is the downlink, I mean to say the uplink, it will use F1, which is the uplink, which is the downlink over here. So I hope you're getting the idea of RFA and how it is employed in communications, and especially in heterogeneous cellular networks, while we're tackling with the interference modeling. So let's make a table in order to state how RFA works. Basically what happens is we have region A1 and region A2, we have MBS and SBS, and we're going to see how it is employed. Okay, we have the frequency F1 in uplink, in downlink, and F2 in uplink, while in region 2 it is not deployed because we have not deployed any MPS in region 2. As you can see, only SBSs are deployed. These things can be amended, amendments can be brought to these things, because it's up to you how you deploy your topology. And when we talk about SBS in region 1, so we basically don't have any MBS in region A1 apart from this, but let's just assume it. Let's just ignore it. So A1 has the downlink and the uplink while connected to the user, with F2 as the frequency of downlink, because it does not provide any interference with the MPS uplink user. And for uplink we're going to consider F1 because it is the opposite of the user, that is user and the MPS utilizing the F1 frequency. I hope you get to know about RFA and its specifications. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.